What does the land you live on say about your power? For Saddam Hussein, geography wasn't just an aspect of life. It was the tool that shaped his rise to power. From humble beginnings to becoming the ruler of one of the most feared regimes in the Middle East, his journey is intertwined with the very land he governed. Iraq's position in the heart of the Middle East was not an accident. Nestled between key powers like Iran and Saudi Arabia, Iraq became the crossroads of ancient civilizations. From the Fertile Crescent to Mesopotamia, this region was known as the birthplace of civilization. But for Saddam, this strategic location was a double-edged sword. On one hand, Iraq sat on a wealth of resources: oil fields, rivers, and fertile soil. On the other hand, its proximity to neighboring powers made it a hotbed for conflict. Saddam knew that geography would not just dictate his survival, it would determine his conquest. Iraq sits on some of the largest oil reserves in the world, but it wasn't just about black gold. Saddam's rise was fueled by his ability to control the wealth and power that came with it. With the oil-rich South, Saddam was able to consolidate power by controlling Iraq's economic lifeblood. The oil reserves gave him leverage, not only within his own borders but also on the world stage. His regime became synonymous with the vast, untapped potential of Iraq's oil. Geography also forced Saddam into battles for survival. In 1980, Saddam initiated the Iran-Iraq War, a bloody conflict that would last 8 years, all due to Iraq's position next to the revolutionary state of Iran. Iran, under the leadership of Ayatollah Khomeini, was seen as a regional threat, especially after the Iranian Revolution. Iraq's proximity to Iran meant that Saddam's grip on power was constantly challenged by the fear of Iranian influence spreading across the region. Geography made this war almost inevitable. But geography wasn't just about borders and conflicts. It also shaped Saddam's control over his own people. The diversity of Iraq's terrain, the vast deserts, the mountainous north, and the fertile plains made it easier for Saddam to divide and rule. Saddam capitalized on these divisions, using geographic isolation to keep certain ethnic groups like the Kurds in the north in check. His military presence was everywhere, but it was the geography that allowed him to hide his atrocities and tighten his grip on power. In 1990, Saddam's ambition led him to invade Kuwait, seeking to control even more oil and access to the Persian Gulf. But the geographical implications of this move were huge. Kuwait was a key player in the global oil market, and Saddam's move didn't just threaten the region, it threatened global economies. The world responded. The Gulf War was fought, not just for political reasons, but because of the geography of oil. One of the most powerful geographical forces at Saddam's disposal was the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. These rivers not only nourished Iraq's agriculture, but also provided a pathway to power. Control over these water sources meant control over food production, irrigation, and trade routes. Saddam manipulated these waterways to strengthen his regime. With the rivers flowing through key cities like Baghdad, he ensured that his grip on the land was as strong as his control over his people. However, geography was also one of the reasons for Saddam's downfall. After the Gulf War, Saddam's actions led to his international isolation. The global powers, led by the United States, imposed sanctions that crippled Iraq's economy. Iraq's geographical isolation became a double-edged sword. While it allowed Saddam to control his nation, it also made him vulnerable to the influence of global powers. The invasion of Kuwait and the subsequent actions left Iraq in geopolitical isolation, with the world's powers aligning against him. Saddam Hussein's rise to power was not just a result of his political ambitions. It was shaped by the land he ruled, the rivers that flowed through his country, and the borders he sought to control. Geography was both his weapon and his weakness, and it ultimately determined the course of his reign. The land we live on shapes us in ways we often don't realize. For Saddam, geography was the key to both his success and his downfall. And as the world continues to evolve, understanding the role of geography in shaping power remains as important as ever. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with others interested in history and geopolitics. Stay tuned for more in-depth analyses on how geography shapes the world's most influential leaders and conflicts.